What's going on, everybody? Blizzard just released the Diablo II Resurrected patch 2.4 highlights, which was the announcement of the start of the first ladder season. Let's go through it all and see what we got. Greetings, Heroes of Sanctuary. We'd like to take this opportunity to highlight exciting upcoming balance changes, alongside a couple of new features coming in our next Diablo II Resurrected update. There's a note here that says game content discussed in this blog is not final and subject to change. Alright, first up we got ladder rank play. Prepare to seek your glory. Ladder rank play is arriving early next year. Okay, so we know it's next year, probably January. Our priority for ladder play has always been for this mode to be a smooth experience. The competitive nature of this feature demands stability as players race towards 99. Our teams have continued to invest time in making the game experience and performance smoother for everyone. We can't wait for you to begin your climb, but for now, let's dive into some exciting details around this upcoming feature. Ladder rank play. Like Diablo II Classic, Diablo II Resurrected will feature 4 different ladder modes, including Standard Ladder, Hardcore Ladder, Standard Expansion Ladder, and Hardcore Expansion Ladder. Okay, so I'll probably be playing Standard Expansion Ladder, with the possibility of dabbling with Hardcore, but I'm not super interested in Classic modes. I do prefer Lord of Destruction. For the first time, players will have the chance to unlock a host of new Runewords in the ladder system. To be clear, these Runewords have never existed in the game before, and they will not be accessible in non-ladder play like the previous set of ladder-only Runewords in the original Diablo II experience. Whoa, okay, we're getting brand new Runewords. I hoped for this, but I'm excited to see it. At the end of the ladder season, players who successfully made these Runewords will have the ladder characters be moved to a non-ladder version of the game. Then at the beginning of the next ladder season, players will make a new ladder character and start all over again to earn new rewards. Currently, we don't have a specific new Runewords to showcase, okay, so we don't get the details yet. But if you tune into our developer update stream, more details below, hosted by content creator Mr. Llama SC, you'll be able to receive a glimpse. Alright, that's exciting. Okay, so we get a little glimpse of what the ladder screen's gonna look like here. It looks like we can search by different seasons, what kind of ladder type, what class, so if we want to search just sorceress or whatever, we can do that and we'll get each different class listed here. Okay, that's cool. Lastly, we've been monitoring discussions around ladder rank play in the community. The duration of ladder is an element our team is still trying to gauge as we progress forward, but we're looking to create the rush of a new ladder and find the best time frame for ladder rotation that meets your expectations. Presently, we're considering 4 months for ladder season, which would be 3 per year, which that sounds pretty good to me. I might consider doing, 4 a year. We'll continue monitoring the community's opinion and preference on this front as we approach the PTR for patch 2.4 early next year. Class balance changes. After so many requests from the community, we're thrilled to share new balance changes are coming for your favorite heroes in Diablo II Resurrected. As fans ourselves, we're just as eager as you to find new ways to play. This is incredibly special, as the last patch to make balance changes to classes in Diablo II was patch 1.13c, which was released back on March 23rd, 2010. That's 11 years ago. Now 11 years later, we're making new changes to expand character build diversity and retain class fantasy and specialty. These goals are crucial. We're reviewing underused skills, assessing casting delays, making tooltip quality of life changes, and more to fulfill these goals. We want to empower you to be creative with the builds you want to play, but we don't want to reinvent the wheel and steer classes from their core purposes. Without diving into the specifics, let's take a peek at the philosophies behind various class changes. Alright, first up we got the Amazon. The Amazon's agility and versatility are profound. Generally, we like the current state of the Amazon class and believe her to be quite balanced. Nonetheless, we see the opportunity to improve the Amazon's melee skills. We want to buff the strength of certain underused melee skills such as Impale and Fend to give more reasons to use them. We are also looking into freeing up synergy requirements for melee skills to give more skill point freedom for other possibilities. Additionally, we're also considering buffing certain skills in the bow and crossbow tree to help improve bow gameplay in higher difficulties. Okay, so this all makes sense because right now Javazons are kind of the bread and butter of the Amazon class, and so buffing melee and bow and crossbow will help bring them in line with the javelin skills. Next up, we got the Assassin. The Assassin vanquishes evil from the darkness with great ease. However, for this class, we see an opportunity for the martial arts builds to shine brighter. Martial arts skills can become increasingly challenging to perform in higher difficulties, so we're reevaluating how to improve generating and spending combo points. Furthermore, various trap skills are not often used, so we're reevaluating synergy requirements to promote more trap builds and damaging scaling buffs. Okay, so right now, Lightning and Death Sentry are pretty much the ones that get used, so this might see more buffs to stuff like fire traps and things like that, in addition to a refocus on the martial arts builds, which don't really see much endgame play at all. I like that also. Barbarian. The brawn of the Barbarian is unmatched. Nonetheless, we see opportunities to add more diversity to combat skills. We're looking into adding more possibilities with combat skills such as Leap Attack and Grim Ward, while also reevaluating skill synergy requirements to promote more reason to spend points on certain combat skills. Additionally, we think throwing Barbarians can be more viable, so we're looking into enhancing the double throw and throwing mastery skills. That's neat. I don't really have too many thoughts on the Barbarian. Right now you don't see too many Barbarians endgame other than the Berserker Barbarians, so I'm excited to see what they do. Alright, moving on to the Druid. The bestial ferocity of the Druid makes all tremble. With that said, we see exciting opportunities to level up certain aspects of this class. From our perspective, Druid fire skills are underperforming. We're reevaluating casting delays for fire skills, exploring improvements to some of their physical damage components, and improving synergies. We're also looking at potential tweaks affecting other elemental skills that are underused. We want to improve the controls for Arctic Blast too, such as allowing more free time while channeling and no longer locking your target onto one enemy at a time. Regarding summon skills, we believe summons are weak in high difficulty. On this front, we're evaluating health gains per level, quality of life improvements, damage output, and new synergies for ravens, wolves, and vines. Lastly, we're evaluating improvements to the werebear skills, primarily focused on synergy improvements. Necromancer. The Commander of Death sends his foes to an early grave. Like the Amazon, we like the current state of the Necromancer class. Nonetheless, we see an opportunity to improve specific summons we believe are underused. We're balancing elemental damages of skeletal mages and making lesser used golems more effective. Additionally, we see opportunities for bone skill improvements in high difficulty. We're tweaking synergies on this front. Okay, so not a ton of changes to Necromancers, but they do want to try and balance it a little bit, so underused skills do get some use. I like that. The Paladin, this one I'm going to be curious about. The Wrath of the Holy Zealot is glorious. Despite this, we believe certain combat skills are underused. We're exploring ways to make lesser used skills, like Fists of the Heavens, more utilized, so players have more reasons to spend skill points to unlock these skills. We also see an opportunity to scale offensive auras skills as well. This includes making improvements to AoE damage auras to make them more effective at closer range. We also want to improve Thorn so it can scale better and deal more reliable damage at higher levels. Okay, seems like pretty small changes to the Paladin, but that might introduce some new builds that are useful. And Sorceress. There's no greater master of elemental magic than these mages. We're very satisfied with the Sorceress's current state, but we see a few opportunities for improvements. Regarding cold skills, we believe there can be more diversity with the armor skills, i.e. frozen armor, shiver armor, and chilling armor, for distinctive advantages. We are also looking into adding more build possibilities around lesser used lightning skills by exploring more skill synergies. Lastly, we're also revisiting fire skills to improve underused ones like Hydra. Similar to Arctic Blast, we're exploring making player control improvements to the Inferno skill so it's less clunky to use. So it looks like they're going to be buffing the lightning and fire trees to be more competitive with the cold spells. I'm okay with that. Mercenary changes and new Runewords. And we're not done. Class balance changes aren't the only updates players want to see. We've seen a lot of feedback from the community around the subject of Mercenaries, and we are making improvements to Mercenaries in a variety of ways. Many players enjoy using the Desert Mercenary, and we want to give more reasons to use the other 3 Mercenaries, so we're looking into improving their skills and stats to enhance their identity in fantasy. Okay, that's interesting, because you almost always see pretty much everybody using the Act 2 Mercenary. They just seem to be the strongest, across the board. New Horadric Cube Recipes, set item changes, and new Runewords are on the horizon. New recipes being implemented will allow for upgrading the item quality of set items to give more item build possibilities. Set item changes will update underperforming set items to have more bonuses, giving players more incentive to pursue partial and full set items that can complement the skill changes alluded above. Lastly, new Runewords will be added to complement the skill and mercenary changes coming in the update. There's going to be a developer update stream with Mr. Llama SC on Thursday, November 16th, so mark your calendars, 11 a.m. Pacific, so that is what? 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This blog's just scratching the surface about upcoming changes and features coming in patch 2.4 PTR coming early next year. To learn more, we invite you to join community content creator Mr. Llama SC, Diablo II Resurrected, design lead Robert Gallerani and senior game producer Matthew Sederquist in their upcoming live stream. The broadcast will be both a presentation and the opportunity for members of the community to ask questions. We can't wait to share more with you then. So there's a lot of stuff here. I think the class changes are really cool. I'm curious to see what new builds are going to come out of it, but I think the big thing here is all of the runeword changes and the cube recipe changes and the set changes. I'm really curious to see what the sets are going to look like once you upgrade them. I'm curious what the cube recipes are going to be. Are these going to be something that's expensive? Are there going to be new materials that drop that we need to use in the recipes? Are some of these things going to work more like they do in more modern games like Diablo 3? I don't know. It's going to be exciting to see. But I would love to see green items drop, and if they're not, you know, a few set pieces from Tal Rasha's or Immortal King or Alder's boots or Trang's gloves, or, you know, one of the key items that get used quite often, it'd be nice to be able to see that green text, grab it, and know, okay, I can actually do something with this. That's exciting. Anyways, I'll definitely be in chat for this stream with Mr. Llama on December 16th, and it sounds like hopefully January we'll get to play all this. Maybe February, who knows. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and let me know what you're hoping for down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.